taken a lot of notes from what Jeep has been doing, and we're going to make our own retro build.
It's giving Vice City, it's giving Miami vibes, and that's exactly what we wanted. And there's only one thing left to do, and that's to give this Jeep away.
Whether you found this video on our website, you've been a long-time subscriber of the channel, or you're just stopping by, you're going to hear it here first. We're giving away this 2026 Jeep Gladiator V8 Mojave Vice. This thing is built to model after the Jeep Rewind concept, but give our very own touch and build you kind of the perfect Gladiator. We're going to be giving this Jeep away plus $10,000 cash. There's no purchase necessary. We'll get that right out of the way, and you can go on our website and pick up anything and get entries into this vehicle. We're going to run it throughout the show season this summer, and it's going to end on August 31st. So if you're at any major show, you're going to see the Mojave Vice. But before we go into more how you can get a chance to see this thing in your driveway, let's talk about what we added to this build, because it's been about 2 or 3 months. We've got some really cool stuff we did on camera, and then also some secret parts that we just installed recently. You know, Ryan, I really don't know why we're giving this thing away. This is absolutely crazy. My dad always says, you know, when you get a Jeep and you want to sell it, you always polish it up and wash it before you post it. And then we always look at each other and go, why are we selling it? You know, this thing's a really good looking Jeep. I think this is arguably one of the best builds that we've done on this channel. And everything that we've put into this, Ryan and I are both 90s babies, so we really lived the nostalgia of the 90s. And what is all built into this is kind of a play on that. It tugs at our heartstrings, and I'm sure many of you watching this video, this Jeep was built with love, with pride, and also with just all the nostalgia we could throw at it. And probably the even harder thing, Ryan, is that we just drove this thing 8 hours home to bring it home from Michigan after it got the engine conversion, and it is arguably one of the best driving Jeeps that I have ever been behind the wheel of. No lie, this thing drives better than, I don't know, Ryan, most of the builds that we've ever done. It's smooth, it drives like a Cadillac, and then you punch it, and that 5.7 liter 425 horsepower engine just screams you right along. But then you want to be calm, drop down in 8th gear and just cruise. So one thing you guys might not have seen that we installed, wait, I know you didn't see, is we put a Motobilt Crusher front bumper on this vehicle with a Warn Xeon 10,000 synthetic rope winch. We didn't cheap out on anything when we built this Jeep. Everything on here is premium, it's top-notch quality. And Ryan, if you look at this, you can actually see some of the flake glistening here. This is a double powder-coated front bumper. It's got a nice dark anthracite with a little bit of flake, and then an actual clear coat powder coat on top of it. Now, one cool thing is that we've been friends with Motobilt for such a long time. We actually now have Motobilt products on our website. Bumpers, sliders, some different armor accessories for the JL and JT, and if you purchase things from our website, it's still going to ship from them directly, but you'll be able to get entered to win something like this. Now, also going from front to back, we've got absolutely these beautiful wrap decals and everything custom on here from L&B Design Works. Now, while he can do a full custom wrap or a full custom design for you, we also are carrying some of his off-the-shelf items that you'll be able to pick up and put onto your Jeep Wrangler. Now, what's cool too is that he did the custom wrap, but there are a lot of pieces that you can pick up on our website that are easier to do and blend in with what you're going for in your vehicle. Ryan, I think we got to pop the hood though, because, you know, the bumper is great, the winch is great up here, but the real magic happens right underneath this hood. So you are going to be getting a 5.7 liter, 345 cubic inch, 425 horsepower, America's Most Wanted 4x4 conversion. This was installed at their headquarters in Michigan by our friend Ian, and you're going to get the engine, the 8-speed transmission, everything syncs up with your Jeep, the hydro guide up underneath the hood to suck cold clean air into this engine and take that water and shove it right away from where you don't want it. But the way that these engines are built, this is exactly how the Jeep should have come from the factory, but this thing is peppy, it's responsive, and yeah, it's like a $30-some thousand swap, so it's pretty much the perfect swap for these Gladiators. Ryan's been driving the Juice for a few months, and this thing is absolutely killer. Another thing, Ryan, up front we missed, distinction applied components. So we've got the covered up bumpers for the hood, we've got our cowl panel here, color matched in Purple Rain. And then we've also got our keyhole covers. So we've got all of that available on the website as well as some more from those guys too. So some really nice things, including these fender vents with the border being Purple Rain and the inset being black. A lot of nice color match features on here. Now let's speak of the suspension, Ryan, because that's what I think makes this thing drive like a Cadillac. A Clayton Off-Road Overland Plus suspension system, only a 1.5-inch kit, utilizing the factory Mojave shocks on there. And we were able to space those up, and I think the Mojave shocks, as we talked to a representative from Jeep, he said, don't rip those off because you wouldn't believe how much money we paid Fox to partner with us to build these for this vehicle. So that's on there. You've still got the 1.5-inch, all 8 control arms, extended sway bar links, everything dialed in, completely aligned, and this thing drives straight and narrow down the road. Jeep Performance Parts beadlock capable wheels with a set of 37 by 12.5 17 Toyo Open Country RT trails. These are doing pretty well, Ryan. I haven't driven these tires yet, but they're more of a, I would say the sidewall is a little bit more aggressive, but they're a little bit more narrow up top, and it gives it a nice mix between mud terrain and all terrain in this vehicle. Down the side too, you can see the 90s Mojave Vice, the gradients. I only said that a few times in the video when we installed these. We've got everything decked out on the side, but you can see the entire graphics wrapping around the side here. Same wheel and tire package on the back. And then one thing that was really special for us was the bed roll bar. This is from Rock Hard 4x4, and then we do have a 45-degree bed-mounted spare tire carrier there. And up top, Tyree lighting, all 4 of them facing up front, and then 2 chase lights, which are wired into either tail light respectively. So you've got turn signals, brake lights, reverse, everything else on those chase lights. And then when you're ready to go off-road, maybe down a beach, maybe you're trying to rent a movie at your local Blockbuster and just hang out with the honey on a Friday night, you'll be able to turn those Tyree lights on and see exactly where you need to go. Those are also available on the website if you want to pick that up too, and that'll get you entered as well. Tyree, the lights are manufactured, I believe, in Wisconsin, and they do an absolutely fantastic job of lighting up the trail. But this is probably the showstopper in the back, just this bed setup, and what seems to be grabbing a lot of people's attention. So going on to the rear, same thing, overlays on the Jeep letters, a really cool homage here. If you guys think this font looks familiar, this is actually the Dare font on this. And then a little bit of a Easter egg with the Prince logo, because this color is called Purple Rain. And we've got a nice little just wax on polish on here, and it really pops. AMW 425, that's 425 horsepower. And then we also decided to just paint match the toe rings down here a little bit to make it closer to the rest of the theme that we've got going on. Dirt Road Cred, made in the USA, aluminum hitch plug. These are made about an hour from us, and we've got a couple different designs on the website, so you can go on and pick something like that up. You know, before you do a big giveaway like this, obviously you do research. What are other giveaway companies doing? And quite literally what we found is 99% of them are just selling cheap junk for insanely high prices. And for you to buy that stuff and say, okay, cool, at least I got entered into a vehicle. On our way of thinking is we want you to be able to buy something quality that you can use on your vehicle and not feel like you just got gypped. But you can buy something quality that you may have already wanted to pick up as well and then get entered to win this. So it's like a double chance. You know, I was already going to pick up a Distinction Applied color match piece or maybe some Tyree lights or some Clayton suspension systems. I might as well grab it from Dirt Road Cred because at least I have a chance to do this, and I was going to buy it anyway. So that was kind of our thoughts. And, you know, someone said, I believe it was my cousin, he was here and he said, you know, you got a good contact list. And we couldn't agree more. We've got some of the best friends in this industry, people that we are on a first name basis with. We can pick up the phone, call, and get anything for you guys or anything that we need figured out. So that's why we're excited to do this, because we're culminating all of our years of experience on YouTube, giving guys the chance to win the Gladiator that Jeep should be building, and also pick up some really cool parts in the process. Now, because we can't just let things be good enough, our motto here at Dirt Road Cred is to be better. Catskin overnighted a custom-designed Jeep Gladiator interior leather with the full seat upholstery, the center console, and then the dash upholstery. Last week we were in Moab, Utah. Our plane got delayed. We ended up just about spending the night in Chicago O'Hare Airport after waiting 14 hours. Drove a one-way rental to Michigan to pick this Jeep up, grabbed it, drove another 9 hours to get home. Catskin overnighted this leather, and my initial thought was, man, I'm just really tired. I don't think I have it in me to get this stuff done. You guys think a lot of this stuff, like, we just have someone here that can do it. Basically, we sent it out to our outside, our porter handled it, and he is right here. And no, we got this beautiful catskin leather in here. They went with a purple, black lightning bolt kind of design in the center section, blue stitching, and it matches right up with the center console and the dash pieces. So we really love those guys over there, and they absolutely pulled one out for us. This was overnighted from California in a giant box. And I was like, well, if those guys overnighted it, we got to get this installed. And then our very own floor lights are also down below. Now, what we decided to do, since we make the floor lights here, is we did blue up in the front and pink in the back to kind of match the colors on there. We thought it was a pretty cool combo. You know, it's going to be a little bit harder to see, but if you see this Jeep at a show at night or with these doors off, you're easily going to be able to see the floor lights. They're plug and play, and they work with your factory knob. So you'll be able to dim them, get that color going on here, play some 90s music, and just jam and cruise along. But you can pick up a either front kit or a full four-door kit of our very own floor light kits. Now, unless you sweet talk me, I don't want to make all sorts of custom mixed colors everywhere. You'll be able to pick up a really cool single color, plug and play, and to be able to do it with your factory knob so you can adjust the brightness here. And it is just one of those great summertime mods and wintertime when you're looking to add some color in the vehicle. And guess what? If you pick one of those up through August 31st, you're going to be entered to win this. So not only are you getting a really cool mod, but you might get the keys to this thing at the end, plus 10K cash. I don't know. I don't think that's a pretty bad deal there. You get a cool mod?
Yeah, I don't want to give this away.
I don't want to give this away. I feel like this is one of the coolest builds that we've done, and I really don't want to give it away. So, but we are going to give it away. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this one up here, but let's just say that everything that we're doing in this video has been an absolute labor of love. We've been working on this project for probably 2 to 3 months now, and we are sorry for gatekeeping it and not telling you that we are giving away this Jeep, but there has been quite literally so much going on. We have been doing marketing, web development, product design, shipment, fulfillment. We handle everything with some help from some really close friends and family, but it's really just a two-man band here, and we would not be able to get to this point without every one of you, whether you came from the website, a longtime subscriber, or just a newer viewer on this channel. We wouldn't be able to hit this without what you guys give to us. And as we crossed 100,000 subscribers, Ryan and I have quite literally been through anything you can imagine together. Not only on this channel, not only in the past few weeks and months doing this, but other channels, other brands, corporate America, taking leaps of faith. And this is our way of giving back and also taking probably one of the greatest financial risks of our lives. A lot of people think, oh man, they must have had that Jeep donated by Jeep. Like, no, like we had to go buy this Jeep. Like we had to put everything into this thing. Obviously some manufacturer friends helped us out with a couple things on here, but a lot of this stuff, including the Jeep, was purchased by us. So you guys are gonna have one of the greatest chances to take home probably the Rewind edition that should have been released. We tried to beat Jeep a little bit because we know April 12th is going to be the Rewind drop, and I would argue that ours is just a little bit better behind us here. We've got some really cool stuff that you guys can check out on the site, including a lot of the products that we installed on this Jeep behind ours here, as well as a brand new merch collection line called the Big Dogs Collection. If you guys wouldn't mind picking up a shirt, because we literally have over 1,000 of these, our local printing shop was like, you guys sure you want to order this many shirts? And we're like, we got some big dogs on our channel, you know, we got some dogs on there, and they're gonna like these designs. So we have the shirts printed here locally, about 10 minutes away from us. And unlike a lot of the other giveaway companies that are getting them direct from China that say Freedom and America all over them, we actually have ours printed about 10 minutes away, supporting a local business. So go on, check those out. You can pick up that, you can pick up any of the other items, and you'll get entered to win this Jeep. Of course, the official rules are on the website. And if you guys are gonna see us at a show, not only are we busy building this, fulfilling orders and doing everything else, but we've also got Daytona Jeep Beach coming up in just over a week and a half. This Jeep will be down there. You can check it out in person, and we do have a vendor space at the Speedway. So, but one cool thing is if you go on our website and you pick up anything, you can kind of play around with the cart, check out the multipliers, check out the bonuses, and at the end, right before the checkout, it'll actually show you how many entries you're earning into this giveaway. And then another cool feature on our website that our web development team has been working on. is to be able to go on and actually check your entries. So if you did a purchase entry, you'll be able to use the same email and type in your email and it'll pop up how many entries you had. If you do a mail-in entry, unfortunately, there's no way to check that because the sweepstakes company calculates, adds up everything, and this is run by a nationally registered, bonded, insured, licensed, all that other fun stuff sweepstakes company. So this is 100% legit. We're going to be running this throughout the show season, and it's going to end on August 31st. So it's quite a short giveaway for our first one. I've seen guys give them away in a month, in a year, in all sorts of different time frames. And for us, we just wanted the entire show season to be covered so you guys could see it anywhere that we're at. I think that's a great way to do it, and we are just so excited to be bringing this to you. We really hope that somebody watching this takes the keys to this thing, puts it in their driveway, and enjoys the crap out of it because we really don't want to give it away. It's that cool. So thank you guys so much for everything, and this is for you. So from Ryan behind the camera and me here talking to you, we want you to get out there and earn yours.